guys, we're going to start today seated on the mat. So just come down, take a comfy seat, whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to go for legs crossed. And then just start to let your arms relax. Maybe rest your hands on your thighs, your knees, and just close your eyes. Sitting up nice and tall, just straightening your spine a little bit, being a little bit more intentional with how we're sitting. And then just starting to breathe in through the nose. And then breathe back out slowly through the nose. And again, big breath in and big breath out. Starting nice and slowly, just start to breathe in, and as you inhale, feel the belly rise. And then as you breathe out, just let the belly fall. Maybe place hand on the belly for feedback. Inhale, belly presses out into that hand, and then exhale, falls back away. If a breath out through the mouth feels more natural here, go for that. Go for a few more breaths. Inhale and then exhale. Start to relax the jaw, the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the thighs. Only breath out, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, then start to let the shoulders roll back and down. Arms can drop by your side. And just start to sit up again a little bit taller through the spine as the shoulders roll back and down. Really easy just through general life, but especially when we are pregnant and we're starting to carry more weight forward, really easy to round and let your shoulders sort of collapse. So start to roll them back and just think about opening up through the chest, lengthening the neck, and then just holding the shoulders rolled down and back. Start to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Lengthening through the left side of the neck, and then just roll it over left ear to left shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time each side, right ear to right shoulder. Maybe bring the right hand on top of the left side of the head, really gently. Inhale and exhale. Release that right arm. Final time, left ear to left shoulder. Left hand lightly on top of the head, or even just letting the weight of your hand rest on the head. Don't pull. Big breath out. Release. Okay, then just sitting in that cross-legged position, or if your legs are out sort of in a straddle position, what we're going to do is just go for an easy open twist. So left hand just presses it against the inside of that left knee, thigh, shin, and then the right hand comes behind your back. You're going to turn over your right shoulder and just gently twist and look over the right shoulder. So the right hand is on the floor behind my spine. I'm breathing in to sit a little bit taller. And then as I breathe out, I'm just twisting gently over that right shoulder. Breathing in, gentle twist. And release. Right arm to the front of the right shin, left hand behind the spine. Breathe in, sit tall. Big breath out. Twist, look over that left shoulder. And again, breathing in. Grow tall, exhale, twist. Lovely, okay. And then just come on to four hands and knees, 4-point kneeling for me. So we've got shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, and we're just going to start to breathe in through the belly, or through the nose into the belly, and then breathe out, empty the belly. Now what I want you to do is be nice and active through the arms and the shoulders. Keep your spine straight as possible, so like you're being pulled crown of the head away from the tailbone, and then just let the belly change shape as we breathe. Inhale, let the belly fall to the floor, and then exhale, gently hugging the baby, gently emptying all the air from the lungs. And again, breathing in, and then breathing out. What we don't want to do is cat-cow right now. We want to keep the spine nice and stable. Once again, breathe in, breathe out. Give me that once more. Shoulders down the back, eyes forward of the fingers, breathing in, breathing out. Really good to do that belly breath in loads of different positions. So seated like we've done, and now 4-point. And then as we breathe in this time, just gently allow your belly to dip down and your spine to extend. Your eyes look up and your bum sticks up. Now this might be tiny. If you feel any pulling sort of through the front of your tummy, definitely just make this really, really small. And then as we breathe out, relax your feet, tuck your chin to your chest, look to your belly, and try to press the floor away from you as you round your spine from head to tail. Breathing in, we're going to look up, that gentle extension of the spine, let's not force it. And then breathing out, tuck the chin, squeeze the bum, tuck the tailbone. Remember, whatever time of day you're doing this at is going to affect how much you can move through it as well, or how easily you can move through it. So give me a few more like that. Generally in the morning, we're going to be a little bit more tight and stiff. Breathing out, tuck the chin, round the spine into that cat shape. Breathing in to release once more. And in the evening, by the end of the day, you've probably been up and about more, you've been moving more, so you might be a little bit more mobile through the spine. Okay, final time, round the spine, press down through the hands, blow all the air out of the tummy, and then find that flat back, so that neutral spine. My eyes are looking forwards towards the top of the mat, my toes are going to tuck now, and my knees are under my hips. So I've got my lovely flat back, and I want to imagine there's a tray of drinks on it. I'm going to breathe in, then as I breathe out, the belly empties. We tighten a little around that, like a corset is tightening around your belly, and then we just hover the knees. Inhale, rest them down. Exhale, hover them up, push through the hands. Inhale, rest them down. I like to shift my weight more into my hands and therefore my shoulders during pregnancy, because it takes a little bit of load out of the core. Keep going through that. Exhale, lift up, and inhale, lower. So keep going through that hover and lift. It's not that we do not want to work our core during pregnancy, because we do, but we've got to do that in modified ways. And what you want to be really conscious of and aware of is that your belly isn't doming or coning towards the floor. So that doesn't exactly mean that your spine's extending. Your back could be lovely and flat, but there's a little strip down the middle that you feel is bulging out towards the ground. What you want to try to do is sort of vacuum gently that air out of the belly. And if that hover needs to be for 2 seconds, 1 second, just make it that small. If it can be for 20 seconds, do that. It's very, very much going to be different for everyone. So breathing in, always reset, exhale. Okay, just give me one more. Breathing in to lower. Maybe you're still holding that hover up. We're all gonna hold it up now. Okay, shoulders down the back. Gaze slightly forward of the fingers. Breath in for 3, 2, breath out, and lower the knees. Okay, lovely. Toes touch, knees open, and just walk your hands forward and keep your hips high and drop your chest. So we're coming into a little puppy pose. You do not need to force this, chest to floor, just let gravity win. You could bring your chin towards the floor or your forehead, and I'm gonna have a little sway with my chest from side to side. Really nice release through those shoulders if we are starting to round and tighten through the chest and round through the upper back. Relax your hands, maybe turn your palms to face up. We've already done a little bit on the wrists. Breathing in, breathing out. Let your bum stick up. Then just sink your hips down to your heels if that's available into a child's pose. Let your forehead rest the floor if it's there. Let your arms go really limp and heavy onto the ground. Let your palms just soften. And if this doesn't feel comfortable through the hips or the lower tummy at any stage, lift your hips up a little bit into sort of that puppy pose, can generally help. But this is very, very much intuitive, so it's moving and trying to listen to your body as much as you can and figure out what feels good. Everything I give you is an option, but it's not essential. You just want to be able to listen as much as you can to your body and change as you need to. So one more breath in. Let's soften the back. Lovely. Okay. Coming up into that 4-point position again, knees under hips and hands under shoulders. We're gonna have that nice strong flat back, and I'm gonna start to reach my right arm past my right ear, nice and steady, and then I'm gonna add that left opposite leg in, reach the left leg away. So right arm and left leg reaching away. I'm gonna set the hand and knee down for a second, not even setting, I'm just sort of holding, and I'm gonna reach away. Same limbs. Okay, so breathing into lower, keep my spine nice and still, breathing out, reach the arm and the leg away. As we move through pregnancy as well, some of us might find that our balance is way off. If that's the case, just do the leg for me, left leg, and leave the arm out. But if we can, we want opposite arm and leg moving. Okay, we're gonna go for 3. Challenging the core here just by keeping that spine stable, that belly nice and stable as we move those limbs. Gaze stays slightly forward again of the fingers towards the top of the mat, and our hip bones are shining down to the floor like a set of headlights. We're not turning the hips to the left. Same with the collarbones, same with the chest. Okay, last one. We're gonna hold the arm and the leg away. Reach through the fingertips and the toes like they're being pulled away from each other, and really stretch the spine for 3. Holding for 2, reach a little further, and then on the 1, just set the right hand down. Bring your left foot to step sort of in between the hands. Heel toe your foot forward a little bit, and then just drop your hips for me into a little bit of a low lunge. Back toes are untucked. If you need anything for under your right knee, maybe fold your mat up or pop a wee cushion or a towel under it, do that. And then all I want you to do is just start to hold your hands on your hips for now. Wrap your right hip bone forward so we're square, and then just start to drop into that left knee. So bend the left knee, lower the hips. Let your spine extend a bit, so don't worry about holding a tucked tailbone. Just let your body sort of fall into it. And then push away from the floor, push back a few inches. Bending that left knee, press those hips down. And if you find that your belly needs more space, I walk my left foot further out. And again, we lunge and we press out. Okay, start to reach your arms up as we lunge down. Inhale. Squeeze that back right butt cheek open through the right hip. And then exhale, just push out of it. Breathing in, lower the hips. Inhale, open the chest up. Squeeze the right butt cheek, stay low. Exhale, push away. Give me 2 more. Drive down through that left foot for me. Make it active. This is mobility, this is a stretch, but you're also working through the back of that left leg, stabilizing through that hip. Okay, final one. Holding it down. Big, nice open breath in. Let the hips open, maybe even like a little miniature back bend here. Inhale, shoulders soft. And then exhale, release, hands to hips. Now, walk that left foot a little bit narrower and also pull it back a little bit towards your body. We're gonna tuck the back toes and stand up. So I want you to go basically into a split squat stance, wrapping the right hip bone forward. And it's quite a short stance. I like a short stance. Some people like wider. If you want a wall or a chair, if the balance is off, grab it, stand beside it, whatever you need. And then I want you to lean forward a good bit. Back toes are as light as a feather, so I could very easily just lift them off the floor. And I'm still working that left leg. Okay, now I want you to bend both knees, try to tap the right knee to the floor, and come up. Now, all my weight is through my left leg. So, breathing in, hands can come together in front of the chest, standing up. So there's a little teeny bit of weight in my back right leg, toes as I lower, but that's just to assist with the balance. Breathing in, breathing out. All of that load through the left leg. Bending the left knee, leaning over it. The knee is coming over the foot. Breathing out as we stand up. So just keep moving through that. And what I want you to really focus on here is that your hips are square. So very easy to let your right hip turn to the right. I want you to wrap it forward. And if lunges for you aren't working during pregnancy for whatever reason, through the pelvis, the hips, just come into squats instead. So just focus on whatever works for you and move slowly through it. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, let's go for another 3. By this stage, you should be feeling that left leg heating up. The glutes, the hamstring, the quad. Press through that left foot and make sure we're not collapsing to the inside of that left inner arch. Lift the arch, push through the outside edge of the foot, the big toe, the baby toe, the heel. Okay, last one. Reach the arms up if we can as we lower, and just give me a little pulse. Now I'm pulsing through my left leg, the back foot is light. The lower you go, the harder it is. Slow it down for 3, get lower for 2. On the 1, come up. Just straighten the left leg for a second. Okay, now from there, soften your left knee again. Start to stand on your left leg and see if we can bring right knee in front of hip. Hold the wall if you need to, hold a chair if you need to, whatever you need to balance yourself out. Okay, then from there, we're going to start to lean the body forward, keep a little bend in this left knee now, and kick your right leg out behind you. So you're sort of coming into like a T shape. From head to your right heel is one line. Standing slowly up, bend the right knee in front of the hip. Now I'm always keeping my left knee soft. I'm never locking it out. Okay, bend the left knee more as we come into that fold. Right leg, squeeze the bum. Flex the right foot, toes to shin. Stand up, knee in front of hip. Okay, so left leg is already warm from the split squats. The glute should be working hard. Really, really good to work on a single leg. Just makes it hard for your foot, your ankle, your knee, your hip, everything to hold you up in one place. Hands can be on hips, on belly, whatever feels just natural really. Listen to the body again. Chest is open, spine is long. We're not sticking the bum out. We're not letting the belly pull us into extension. And we go for our final 2. Anytime the wobbles are too much, set the toes on the floor for a second and really push down hard through that left foot. Remember, let's not collapse the inner arch on the left foot. Push through the outer edge. Slow the breath down. Close the mouth if you can. Breathe through the nose. We're not trying to win any records here or do anything mad. We want to regulate the body, try to do this calmly. Different type of workout. And we're going to hold it on our next one in that T shape. Keep the hips square. So come into that fold. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight, and right toes are flexed. Can you tap the right toes down to the floor? Lift up. Not too big a lift. Tap, lift. Okay, my left leg is working extremely hard. Hold on to a wall if you need to. You've got 3. You've got 2. Push through that left foot. Look forward of that mat. Last one. Hold the right leg up. Hold the left knee bent deeper for 3. Stay there for 2 and stand. Ooh, lovely. Okay, give that bum a little whack. I'm gonna have a quick sip of water. And then just shuffle yourself towards the back of the mat or 3/4 of the way back. Let your feet open nice and wide. Roll the shoulders. I'm gonna try to breathe through my nose. And I'm gonna tuck my chin to my chest, soften my knees, arms dangle, and roll down through the spine. Let my head go, let my hamstrings go, let the body fold. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, let's rebuild. Push through the feet. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep that chin tucked until we're all the way to the top. At the top, roll those shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale. Tuck the chin. Round the spine. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay. Once you're in that fold, big deep bend in the knees, walk your hands out just into a downward dog. So heels or feet shuffle back a bit, hands to shuffle forward a bit. Just do it whatever range is comfy. If downward dog doesn't work, just drop into a child's pose for me. But all I want you to do is just let your heels press down to the floor as much as they can. Let your eyes look in between your legs, and I want you to drop your chest towards your thighs. Breathing in to the back. Breathing out, chest to thighs. Start to pedal, so bend one knee, lift the heel as you push the opposite heel down and the weight into the straight leg. Then switch. The heel that's lowering, shift your weight to that straight leg and switch. Get the belly out of the way, so you might need to twist towards the side of the straight leg. One more. Switch sides. Relax. Okay. Hold that downward dog, both heels towards the ground, chest low, breathe in, breathe out. Let's lower onto the knees. Knees come down under the hips, toes untuck, and then we are right back where we started earlier. So 4 points, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, toes relaxed. We're gonna just breathe in through the nose, fill the belly. Breathe out. The belly pulls in. So the spine isn't moving right now, just the belly. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Neck long. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay. And then start to rock your shoulders forward and back. So you're bringing your hips towards your heels and then rocking forward. The knees might be wider for this. Forward and back. Okay. And start to draw circles through the hips and the body. Close your eyes. Might feel ridiculous. So try not to watch yourself. And just draw big circles. Hips go back, round, forward. Bring the weight over the hands. And hold it wherever you feel like you need to. Again, instead of feeling ridiculous, just listen to your body. Let your hips soften, loosen, and try to be as loose as you can with this. Try not to hold too much tension. Okay, reverse the direction. Letting the hips soften, letting the shoulders soften, letting the belly soften. Regulate the breath through the nose. Final one. Okay, sink the hips back and then bring yourself forward, shoulders above wrists. Shuffle knees that little bit closer again, and you've got knees under the hips. Okay, straight spine, like you're being pulled head away from tailbone. Left arm is gonna reach past the ear. Let's see if we can reach the right leg. Remember, if that's too much, keep both hands down, just do the leg. Now, spine is straight, belly isn't pulling us to the floor. We're going to start to just lower the knee and hand to hover and reach. Inhale as we lower. Exhale, tighten the tummy gently. Hug the baby with those muscles gently as you reach. Breathe in. Shoulders strong, or right shoulder strong. Now, what I'm doing already is opening my right hip to the right. I want to turn my right hip bone down, so both hip bones are facing the floor, like I said, of headlights. And I'm moving just the leg and the arm. Give me 3. Right shoulder should work hard, left glute might feel a little bit. And it's really just focusing on stabilizing through the core, the back, shoulders, hips. Neck is long. Okay, give me 2 more. Try not to collapse in that right shoulder. Soften the elbow if you need to. And then final one. Stretch away. Arm and leg. Reach the fingertips away from the toes like you're being pulled apart. Strong right arm. Lift the belly. Hold for 3. Stretch. 4, 2. Big exhale. Set the hand down. Okay. Right foot steps sort of where that right hand was. We come up into a low lunge. Okay. Now, I want you to do that little push of the hips forward. Right foot could be slightly wider to make space for the belly. And then hands to hips, hands wherever. We rock down into that stretch. Let the hips lower, back toes are untucked, relax that knee. And then pushing through that right foot, just come back a little bit. So Let's squeeze the left butt cheek as we lower the hips. This is about opening up through the front of that left hip, which will probably be tight for most humans, but definitely during pregnancy. Rock back. Okay. Let's start to bring the arms up as we lower into that lunge. And again, let the arms lower as we push back. Breathing in, let's squeeze the left butt cheek, coming into the almost back bend here if it feels good. Breathing out to release. Now push through that right foot and use it to balance you as we lower. That's what's going to make your foot, hamstring, glute just work a little bit on that right side here as we warm up. Final two, breathing in, sinking down, squeeze the left butt cheek, feel the left hip. Release. Final one. We're going to hold this one down, push through the right foot, squeeze the left butt cheek, maybe look up a little bit, open the chest, sink into it, release for a second. Okay, now pull your right foot back slightly, lean forward for me, back toes tuck, and we get up however we need to. So that might be hold a wall to get up, stand up, and then get yourself into this. Doesn't matter how we get up, just get up. Right foot is going to stay planted, left foot, toes are coming behind. So it's a short stance between your feet. Left hip is forward, we're square, hand on the wall if you need to, and then we're going to come down and up into our little split squats. So hands can be wherever, on hips, they can be in front of the chest, they can be on a chair, on the wall, whatever works. Shoulders draw back. Now, my back toes are there just for support. So it would be ideal if it could feel like we could almost lift them at any stage. Do keep them there for balance, for reasons we've been through, but just really try to focus on getting your weight as much through that front right leg as we can. Okay, so bending that right knee, let it come over your foot as we lower, and really slow this down. We will always be uneven, and I want you to keep your weight forward, sorry, for now. We'll always be uneven people, generally. It's usually very common for people to have a stronger and weaker side in terms of balance or strength, flexibility, whatever. So always, if you know you're working, for me this is my weaker side, my range is not going to be as big on this one. That's okay. I'm just working to whatever my max is for this side. Now, regulate the breath as the heart rate starts to lift a little bit, using that glute, that big, lovely muscle. Start to slow the breath. It's very easy. The heart rate will naturally lift. Breathe through the nose. Focus on that sensation of where we want to feel this in that right glute. Now, making sure as we keep moving down and up that that left hip is not pulling to the left. Lowering and lifting, pressing down hard through that right foot for 3. Let's make the left foot lighter. Final 2. Now on the 1, we're going to come down, maybe the arms come up, and we pulse. Now the lower you go, harder this will be. Push hard through that right foot, light through the left. 3, let's get lower. 2, 1, stand. Okay, now straighten that right leg for a second, and I want you to see if we can go hands to hips, left knee up in front of the hip, and I want you to soften into your right knee. The whole time this knee is going to be soft on the standing leg. Okay, roll your shoulders. Now, as we breathe out, I want you to bend deeper in your right knee as we stretch the left leg back behind us and fold the body towards the floor, slightly. And then we're going to stand up and bring that left knee in front of the hip. So straight away for me on this side, balance is really a lot harder. So I'm going to focus on maybe holding a wall just for feedback. It means that I can perform the exercise better, not just worrying about staying in one place. And then it hopefully means that I'm just really light with my fingertips on the wall or the chair, whatever it is, and I'm really focusing on the form. So as I come down in that fold, that T shape, I'm reaching the crown of my head away from my left heel and my left heel away from the crown of my head, stretching those 2 points apart. I'm trying to make sure this right leg never straightens, and maybe as that burn in the right glute starts to build, we make sure we don't fall to the inside of the right foot. So I don't want to collapse my arch. I want to lift through the right arch of my foot, push through the outside edge of my right foot. It's also hopefully going to help with balance and make sure that knee isn't compromised, doesn't roll in. Let's go for 3. Never straighten that right leg fully. Let's keep the tension through the right glute. Let's keep that muscle working. Slow and steady. Okay, try to hold it at the bottom of the range whenever you're in that T shape for a little longer than you want to before we slowly pull it up. Keep that softness in the right knee. Okay, give me 1 more. Squeeze the left butt cheek, flex the foot the whole time, reach and stand up. Last one. Okay, come down. Let's see if we can do hands to hips rather than on the wall. Whew. Okay, hold in that fold. Tap the left toes down, lift. Tap, lift. It's not a big lift. Don't change the shape of the spine. Ribs in for 3, 2. On the 1, hold the left leg up, bend the right knee deeper, hold for 5, shoulders back, 3, 2, stand. Well done. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit of water again, breathing in and out through the nose. Regulate that breath, roll the shoulders, roll the legs, come to the back of the mat again, or 3/4 of the way back, and then just give those shoulders a roll. Big open feet, soft knees, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, roll yourself into that little ragdoll dead fold position. Look in between the legs, inhale. Exhale, head closer to the floor. Okay. And then let's just walk out into that downward dog again. If it doesn't work, guys, just remember, come into child's pose for a second. Now what I want you to do is just press your heels towards the floor. This is a bit of a shorter downward dog stance. We're going to come into our last little bit of work here, and then we're going to go into some lovely mobility and stretching to finish. Really important, as well as a lovely big long warm up. We have a lovely big long cool down to sort of let everything settle. So all I want you to do is start to roll yourself forward into a hover, shoulders over wrists and knees hover under the hips. Exhale, tighten the tummy. Breathe in, push your heels to the floor, look in between the legs and lengthen the hamstrings, find that downward dog. Okay, breathing out, let's start slow. Hover the knees under the hips for 3, 2, 1, inhale. Push in that downward dog. Now, if you want to take a rest every time the knees are hovering, instead of hovering them, just set them down. You'll use your core on the way down and then lift and push into your downward dog. Do that. If you want to spend 10 minutes each time in your downward dog, do that, enjoy it. Or if you want to move a little bit more actively through hover to downward dog, let's go for that. Now, start to just move in whatever way the body feels good. It should be a challenge, the shoulders work, the core works, but this isn't something that you're going to be burning your abs or feeling like you can't move anymore. You're wanting to move through this nice and fluidly. It feels doable, your body feels strong. We go for our last 3. Maybe that's just 3 breaths in a downward dog. Maybe that's just holding a child's pose. Maybe it's holding a hover. It's whatever feels good. Okay, find the hover if we can for 5. Shoulders back. Empty the lungs, hug the baby. 3, 2, downward dog, heels to the floor. Okay, now let the chest drop. We've been on our hands for a little while now, so I just want you to lower the knees down to the floor. We're going to come into our lovely little bit of mobility. So what I want you to do is bring your toes to untuck, and we're coming into a pigeon. So I want you to have your right knee come towards your right wrist, and your right ankle sort of walks towards your left hand, your left wrist. Make sure those hips are nice and square towards the floor. So your right heel might be right in towards your hip, that's totally fine. And then we're just wiggling the weight to the left. So try to bring that left hip to the floor. Okay, now hold there if you can do that. If that's not doable, hands behind you and you're sitting on your bum, feet out in front. Bring your right foot over your left thigh and hold that figure four stretch. So the closer you bring your left heel towards your bum, the more intense it is for the right glute. So you're either in that seated pigeon, reclined pigeon, or we're in that full pigeon pose. It's whatever works for you today. Okay, now, wherever we are, try to straighten the spine a little bit, stretch the spine out. When we're in this full pigeon, left hip bone wrapping towards your left heel, or your right heel, sorry, towards the floor. Maybe you're already there on your forearms. If you're very comfy here, you've got space. And what we should be feeling is the outside of this right glute and hip getting a lovely big release. So inhale through the nose. Let's try to relax the hips. Let all of your body weight weigh into that right leg. Very normal for the right leg to go a bit numb and dead. That's perfectly fine. Breathing in. Breathing out. Relax shoulders, jaw, hips. One more time. Let's pull that left hip closer to the floor. Breathe in. Big breath out. Soften shoulders, jaw, hips, legs. Okay. And then just gently come onto your hands for me. Keep your right leg where it is. And just swivel onto your butt cheeks. Left leg goes out long towards a little bit open to the left side of the hip. Now, right foot is along the inner thigh of the left leg. And we're just sitting up tall. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. And then I want you to turn towards your left leg, so you're sort of looking over it. And then just see if you can fold your body. Maybe the hands come around the foot. I always think shorter legs for me really help me do that. Or maybe the hands come down either side of the shin, the knee. And we're just letting our spine round here. So as much as your belly can allow that, let your body round, let yourself relax. See if you can flex your left toes towards your knee. So soften the left knee a little bit. We don't want to hyperextend too much or at all. So pull the left toes towards the knee. Little softness in the left knee if we need it, and feel that hamstring. Try to pull your spine long, sit up tall in that fold for a second. And then exhale, round. Do that once more. Breathe in, straighten the spine. Breathe out, round. Lovely. Okay. And then from there, just sit yourself up nice and tall. Hands come behind your hips a little bit. Feet come sort of mat width apart and bent. Chest open. We're going to roll both knees to the left. Breathing out. Back to center, roll both knees to the right. Breathing out. Try to bring that inside knee to the floor, that outside knee to the floor as best we can. One more each side, rocking to one side. This is a great stretch to do morning and night, anytime you've got literally 2 minutes spare. Just plunk yourself down and move through that internal and external rotation. Last one. Okay, back to center. And then just either come into your reclined pigeon with the left leg if you did it on the last side, or bring yourself onto those hands and knees for me. Left knee to left wrist, left ankle to right wrist, and lower yourself into that full pigeon. So you're either in the reclined or the upright. One is not better than the other. It's about whatever feels doable and right for your body today. Now it should be a stretch through that left glute. So if you're in the seated version, I want you to pull your right heel a little bit closer to your bum that's on the floor and push your left thigh away from you. If we're in this upright version, I want you to wrap your right hip bone down to the floor. So push your weight to the right. Maybe be lower onto the forearms if you haven't already, if you're in that upright pigeon. If you're in the reclined seated, just keep those arms straight, maybe elbows soft, chest open. Okay. Now wherever we are, start to breathe in, fill the belly. Breathing out. Shoulders, jaw, hips, relax. In this full pigeon here, we want to try to let that left leg again go a bit numb. So all of your weight just sink into this, letting that left outside of your glute and hip get a lovely big release. Breathing in. It's another great stretch to just, if you've got a spare 5 minutes, just find it, hold it and breathe so you're relaxed into it. Relaxing the jaw, it's going to relax the pelvis. One more time. And then just coming up onto the hands, we're going to swing the right leg out to the right, and we're going to just have that left foot on the inside of that right thigh. So meeting there from wherever you were. Sit tall, and you've got both butt cheeks firmly grounded. Reach your arms up, and then turn to look over your right leg. Flex your right toes to your knee, soft knee, and fold. You might be able to bring your hands towards your foot. You might have your hands on the floor, either side of your shin, knee, thigh, whatever. I want you to relax in this, so round your spine, let your head fall as much as your belly can. Just create space. Maybe the belly's slightly in the middle of the thighs. And then we find whatever our max is. So maybe the toes are flexing back more. Maybe we're folding, we've got the head on the knee. And then start to straighten the spine. Shoulders back. Almost stick your bum out, feel the hamstring. And then round, relax. And again, breath in, straight spine. Shoulders back. Exhale. Fold and round. One more, breathing in. Exhale, fold. And then just slowly walk yourself up to seated. See if we can cross the legs, or just let both legs go out long. And then just finishing with your arms or your hands, just relaxing on the thighs, the knees. Palms face up. Let those legs go heavy in whatever position is comfortable. And then just right back where we started, straighten the spine, roll the shoulders down. Take a breath in through the nose. Just keep this stillness, this quiet, this calm for another minute of your day. Nothing else needs you, even if a million things do. We're focusing on right now. Just be present. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. Final breath, inhale. Exhale, relax the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. And just bring a little bit of life into the body, roll the shoulders. Let your arms fall by your side, open your eyes. And very, very well done. As always, some days will feel easier, harder than others. There's always going to be a mix of mobility, stretch, strength. But yeah, just take as much as you can from it. Very well done. Don't worry if it was a wobbly nightmare. That is allowed, but you'll always get something from it. Hopefully you enjoyed. See you soon.